Decenter men, decenter men. I'm trying to center women, but she's not free for 2 weeks. I'm trying to go on a date with a woman, but she's either on a trip or she's becoming a flight attendant or she's finishing this really valuable and amazing, fulfilling project, which is awesome, as she should. But if I wanted to get a date tonight, the only people available are men. That's because they're thirstier. That's because they're more desperate. I mean, I'm not saying that all men are desperate, okay, relax. But I'm saying that they tend to be more available and they tend to want it more. I don't know. And that's not necessarily a good thing. But like, I think a lot of times when bi women say it's easier to date men than women, okay, and it also depends where you are, because I went to LA and it wasn't like this. There were times where I was at a party where I was like, if I lived here, I think this would happen. So I said to my LA friends, like, I think Toronto can be a little bit passively queer. And I think that happens in a lot of cities that aren't the big hubs, you know, like a New York or an LA. In Toronto, that kind of immediacy doesn't happen to me. Let me know if it happens to you. But I think in a lot of the places that aren't New York and LA or like the big hubs, people lean back and people, it's not, and my friend group is like super queer. All of us are not straight, and all of us have this issue of like availability, momentum, scheduling, elusiveness, and that's fine. But I think that's where it comes from. And I think it can come from a bad place. I think women can say this in a way that's reductive and they don't mean it like in a good way or in a way where they're really trying, or, you know, people say it might be that they don't value women relationships or they don't want to put in the work is something I've heard. And I think all of those can be like valid in their own right. But in my experience, it's literally scheduling and availability. That's my experience. It can be more convenient to date men. I'm not saying it's better. I'd be trying to lock down these dates with these women, okay? But also, and I don't know if it's just my type, they tend to not be super on their phones. They're very much the type to be like, oh, you know, I'm not good with responding to texts because I'm just feeling lovely and basking in the sun and doing a million other things and journaling, and I have this very full and complete life, as she should.